Turn down the activity anyway. Right, so let's make a wedge thing. So okay, so what wedge will do is it will allow you to set a whole bunch of random parameters and then just apply them to anything we did in here manually. Let's make a top network. So again, top stands for task operators. So basically, yeah, task operators. So you're gonna do this if you want to automate stuff. So this is how you do wedging nowadays. So there used to be another way to do wedging. So wedging is basically randomizing of parameters at render time or at simulation time. But the previous way of doing wedging was not really yet user-friendly. I mean, it worked, but it wasn't really user-friendly. Well, this new way is super user-friendly. So let's do it. Let's grab let's go in here. So let's just do this in here. You can sort of see what we're doing. Let's type wedge. All right. So now we have a wedge here. And wedging is just super useful for generating a whole bunch of different models or designs. But also if we're gonna do simulation later. So again, like I mentioned in this course, we're not going to do any simulation, but let's say later down the line you do like a building collapsing or something. Then, I mean, you might set up a simulation that takes up an hour to render, like to simulate, and then you're gonna come back during the day and you're like, yeah, I'm not sure if I actually like this thing, and you can sim it again. Or you could say, well, I mean, I'm going to be asleep anyway for a couple of hours. I'm going to be out of the office for the next 10 hours, 12 hours. Let's run 8 wedges. So then when you come back in the morning, you can just look through all of your different wedges and just like see, okay, oh, I like this one the best. Just see which values the wedge generated, and you can just even remove the wedge if you want to and just keep working on those values. But it's just a very easy way to to sort of just randomize your stuff. Or like, let's say you have to generate like a whole city full of buildings. Instead of just manually tweaking the parameters until something you like, you can just generate 1,000 buildings and then just like check through it to see which ones you like the most. So anyway, so let's do a couple of wedges. Let's put this to 10 maybe for now. And let's say, okay, which attributes do we want to wedge? So let's have a look. What do we want to wedge? Right, so maybe you want to like change the amount of generations. So maybe we want to have a minimum of maybe like 3. And then a maximum of 10 or something. Right, so what we can do is we're going to say plus. So we're going to add a new wedge. We're going to call it, maybe call it gen. It's going to be between 3 and 10, like we said before. It's going to be random samples, so we want to do random. And we can just do here is just type add gen. So then, and now you can see it disappeared because now it will be set to 0 because we haven't cooked this yet. So if we select our wedge, if you right click, you can see cook selected node or dirty and cook this selected node. So dirty means that you're gonna remove any of the cooks of it from it that it did and then recook it. And cook is just cooking the whole thing. So if we the hotkeys for those are Shift V and Shift D. So if I select the wedge now and press Shift V, you can see 10 dots appeared. So if I click these dots, you can see each of these dots represent a random value now inside of the generations. So now I'm randomly exporting these variations. Right, so let's watch some more stuff, shall we? Right, so let's go to the width. All right, what do we wanna randomize? Let's do a random thickness. Type thickness. Want it to be maybe between 0.1 and 0.45, maybe something like that. Random samples, call it add thickness. Let's cook. And you can see now the thickness is random as well. Perfect. And let's do some more stuff. Amplitude for the noise. Add. Between maybe between 0.3 random samples. Add amp. Yep. Let's just add some more stuff before we start cooking. So let's do that one. Let's do another one. Let's do roughness. Rough. Between 0.2 and 0.8 random samples. Add rough. Let's do frequency. Again, you can do this any way you like. I'm just showing how this can sort of work, but between 1 and 4 maybe. Random samples. So if you don't do random samples, it will just go each iteration. So like, let's say if I don't do a random frequency, let's cook it, dirty it, and cook it. So what it then will do is, oh wait, I need to vector. Yeah, let me just add this, and then you can see what I mean. So add freak. Let's get freaky. All right. So then what it will do is we will start at, I need to start at 0 now because it's set to 0 to 1. And this one will be 0.1, 0.2. So we'll just increment between 0 to 1. If I do random samples, then it will just be random for every wedge. So I prefer to do that now. So let's do the frequency, maybe random between 1. I think we need a higher base frequency. All right, perfect. So yeah, some more stuff. So just keep adding this stuff. So yeah, what more can we add? We can add like a band, the twist or something. Twist between 0 and 45. Twist. What more do we want? We have a second noise here. We can just, I guess, use the ones that we had already. So that's going to be a little bit too extreme. We can still use it if we just type maybe divide what we had there by 3. And this needs to be higher, so maybe times 3 times 3 times 3 divided by 8 divided by 10. So we could also do completely random values, but it's way too much. Way too much. All right, let's do change the frequency and the amplitude. Let's change the amplitude to be maximum of 0.1. All right. So I'm saying I kind of like this for now. Right. So now let's maybe cache some stuff.